Carol. Good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you sit there front and center?
I know it.
There he is.
I reckon we're ready.
Not ready to slide it over.
Oh, no, somebody else is in the front.
Sit there and then if you need to scoot over, how's that?
Okay.
Okay. Then you can stay.
So watch over
That's
here.
kind of what I do.
Other people online.
Oh,
Can show up all over.
hang in
Okay.
there.
Oh, that's just so good.
Are we ready?
We've been waiting on the dance.
We're good to go.
Are we running? Okay. Good morning. I'm Kevin Day. Today is Monday, February 28th. It is now 9:01. I will call this meeting of the Board of County Commissioners to order. And Kelly, would you mind leading us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Kelly. And could we have our roll call, please?
Commissioner Day,
Present.
Commissioner Kanda,
Here.
Commissioner Flower,
Here, present, attending by Zoom.
and Attorney Clint Smith,
Present.
and Clerk to the Board Kelly Camper. Present.
Okay, I guess we'll start over here with you, Gayla, for our audience introductions.
Gayla Day, Wetmore.
Carol Binder, Wetmore.
Oh, Lisa Bivens, Finance and HR.
Oh, me.
And back here,
Dorothy Carson, Advent.
and thank you for being here. All right, I'm not seeing anybody online, so if we do end up with somebody that would speak later, we'll have them introduce themselves. Do we have any amendments to the agenda?
Not from me.
Anything from you?
Said no one.
Okay,
I have none. Thank you.
none here either. That'll take us to our approval of the minutes for December 8th, 17th, and 30th.
I move we accept the minutes as presented on the 12th, December 8th, December 17th, and December 30th.
Second.
Yeah, I have a motion on the floor to accept the minutes from December 8th, 17th, and 30th. Any discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor of approving the minutes from the 8th, 17th, and 30th signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Commissioner items, Tom, I'll let you lead off.
All right, sir. Thank you. Let me pull that up real quick. Just a second. And Kelly, I sent you a copy this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, really, the only thing I have to report is that I did attend the CCI Legislative Steering Committee meetings on February 24th and 25th. They went from about 9 to 3 o'clock each day, so they were long days sitting on the computer, but had some interesting legislation updates, and we went through all the bills that CCI has lobbied for, and we'll see how things go in the session. Thank you.
All right, Bill.
Yeah, just, excuse me, real quick, the neat new development on the airport. We had the, as you know, the AWAS grant. And AWAS still has not operationally been approved yet by the FCC, but we got some action on that at a state level now because they're upset with the FCC not getting with it. There's been a backlog apparently. But the good news is we also have been given an award for the camera, a weather camera, to be installed out there at no expense to the county or no matching money, and being maintained for 3 years for free, because it's a program going in that they're getting the bugs out of. So it's a pretty big deal. And after that, it's a simple thing. We get our IT guy out there to help. Whoever is running that program will be actively working the bugs, and all they need is a guy out there tweaking it as they talk them through some things. So pretty good deal. I forget how much it is money wise, but it's several thousands of dollars to put that camera out there, not on the AWAS tower, but to observe the weather in the 360 degrees, so pilots coming in can get a feel for the actual weather. Great program. And that's all I have to say today for now. Oh, there's one other thing. Ryan Anderson he and Bob attended a conference that we have a trip report from him, and that's a neat thing to have as an example on some of the things that boards do. So I got that to cycle through the three of us. I've got it. I'll bring it in tomorrow to get it. I guess Tom will be here too, so you both will be able to see it before they come in if there's any questions. That's all I got.
All right. A couple of things here. Just report that I don't know if you guys saw anything on it. Road and Bridge did get their snow blower mounted, and Sherry posted a nice little video of that. And they've been dealing with a little bit of wind, trying to close some roads, but I would give a shout out to them. I think they're doing a real good job.
They really are, and that blower is doing a good job. Even eating tire chains.
The tire chains are hard on. So that caused a little bit of work for them. But and Carol's in the room here. I would like to kind of give a shout out to her as well, and for all your efforts moving forward with the working with Florence and everything in regards to the ambulance, and your work on the ARPA committee both. But
Where do I pick up my paycheck?
Hold your breath.
I got an email from Greg today, and somehow your paycheck got misplaced. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it.
I was checking on that.
Thank you.
So did attend the UCOG meeting the other day. We have a new director heading that up now. Jessica Scott is gone, and but I think the new director is going to do a very good job on that. And
I have one other thing after that.
then been dealing with trying to get heaters over in the Rock House. I have responded back. We are going to move forward with those. They'll be in place for next winter due to supply chain issues, and I'm waiting for contract back to sign off on those, and also moving forward on getting that fan in the bathroom over there and thermostat upstairs. So that's all I have.
I had a second on speaking of snow blowers, and everybody's been concerned about poor Mr. Roscoe Dave out there shoveling with his shovel, but and he had a snow blower that went in circles. One clutch was out on one side, but it was pretty new. And the road and bridge guys and Kevin, you helped them get it down there, didn't you?
No, they came and snagged
Snagging on there.
brought it back before I ever got involved. So that was
That was a good deal, but they got it fixed. So anybody that's worried about Dave's back can quit worrying. And it will probably quit snowing because of that now. So who knew, right?
That's it.
And there was one other thing. No, it's I'll pass. We'll go later. I'll talk at the end.
Okay. Clint, you got something for us?
At our last meeting in Wetmore, I had to leave right after the executive session, but I'm assuming that you approved the letter to go out because I brought it in to go out. And I haven't heard anything back from Mr. Gately on that, so I don't know if that's still going to be an issue or not. Worked with Jackie on a few matters, including the short-term rental, the matter that's coming up. Is that on the agenda today or no?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. Talk to her about that. And I sent out a memo to the 3 commissioners last week. It's not anything I want to discuss now, but it's something I may want to talk to you down the line. Probably might be better to discuss that in an executive session, but that's all I have to report on today.
Thank you, sir. And Dorothy, do you have anything for us today?
I don't have anything today. I'll eventually probably learn to have something, but I don't have anything yet.
Better to say nothing.
You'll learn to keep us in line and you will have plenty to say. Because
Got it.
Okay, that brings us to the point where anyone in the audience here or online can make public comment on anything that's not going to be coming before us on the agenda. Okay, hearing none. We'll move on to, does anybody have any unfinished business?
I do not.
none here.
None here either. So we have consideration of approving invoices and the out-of-cycle checks.
Your show, Lisa.
Here I am.
You can push that back wherever you're comfortable.
Oh, this is good. Thank you. So I'm assuming these were emailed to you guys. You were able to see them.
I see that our out-of-cycle grew exponentially this time.
Well, we had a few little hiccups. As you'll notice on that first page, the Pinion Plumbing, that actually, even though there was a check that went out, we were credited back the same amount because there was a check written for the wrong amount from the sheriff's department. So they came in, I just reissued and voided the old one. So that's that one. Braden had mentioned that he'll talk to you about anything as far as, you know, like the tax payment penalty information. He said he would talk to you guys about that if you'd like to. And then we had a little issue with the Visa card. People were a little overspendy, so they went over their limit. So we ran the Visa bills to get those opened back up about 3 days before the actual check dates. So 2/20. So it was, yeah. So I think I ran the regular checks on the 26th or no, 25th Friday. So that is what that is about. And other than that, these are just the auto payments that come out of CIC when we push payroll through.
Okay. So is that kind of a one-time thing possibly where is everybody just doing their yearly buying, or you know what that is?
You know, I don't know. We have a few calls in with Visa right now. There seems to be some confusion as to how much credit limits are in departments. That was the initial issue. And there was a lot of spending. I know the IT department had, I don't even know, probably 6,500 just for them alone. The sheriff's department was really maxed out as well. Theirs was mostly for inmate food, I believe. So, I mean, so we just have to revisit the whole Visa again. And since Tina's been gone, unfortunately, we have no access to get anything online. So now we're in the process of, you know, taking that ownership and getting contacts and getting a tight grip on that issue.
Okay.
So that's where we're at with that.
The only other question that I had, and then I'll let you guys sorry, Tom, I don't have you up, so I don't know if you've got your hand up or not. But I had a question. I think you guys had one as well in regards to Construction Solutions, which went out when the building came in out there at the landfill. And I'll pose this question, I guess, to the other two gentlemen. Is there a reason that we need to pay that cost out of cycle, or should that be something submitted and then wait till our?
How much is it?
It was for 20,000.
Yeah. That needed to be paid.
Right. And I had put it in for the actual cycle, but then it was addressed again. And so then we were asked to pay it.
My question is moving forward, because we do have a regular pay cycle. I would probably like to see that go through the regular pay cycle rather than come out of cycle every time.
That's the plan. I can't remember why that came up. It was the way it was delivered, and when they hit it hard to get it done in time. The Nordyke extent.
We have another just appeared on my desk this morning. We have a
I was going to bring that up.
$5,000.
It's a $5,000. That's the end. They completed the building, and and he needs that to complete make the payroll. So that's the end of the contract. I think.
And that's what I sort of felt as well regarding this $20,000 check, that the budget's pretty tight over there, and they were needing that money they couldn't wait. Because I told him when he first initially came in, I said, well, we have to seek approval for this because it's a big amount, and this is when it would typically be paid. And then he came back, and I believe he called one of you gentlemen.
We did. We all talked about it.
Yeah, and that's why. And so he came back and said no, and I think you might have told Brayden as well. So
yeah, it's hard for a small contractor to absorb the big dollars. So that's fair request. And I asked him about the 5,000 this morning. Actually, we had a discussion.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the things I was going to bring up when we talk about this, but that's why, he said he would like to have it to make the payroll, in the next couple of weeks, but to wait a whole month is going to be very hard for him. So,
okay.
Well, that being said, I mean, everyone is aware that we pay once a month at the end of the month. And
right.
So, Tom, what's your?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did not have a communication with anybody about this. I guess I have one question for Lisa. So when we look at the accounts payable, then we're going to take that 20,000 out of that line. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I went out and looked at the building on Friday. I think our agreement was when he got the building up, he would get paid for that. I appreciate your concern here, Kevin. This is a grant payment. I don't have any angst about paying him out of cycle. I think he's done a good job for us, and I was impressed that given the circumstances, the building was erected and completed in a timely manner. So I'm in favor of go ahead and paying him out of cycle for that. I did not see the $5,000.
It just came.
It just appeared today. So
that's why he called. And I'm same with Tom, Kevin. It's I was out there before I got gimped up a week ago, and I did look at it. It looked pretty good. They were putting on the final.
It does
dressing.
look great.
And right now the doors are not functional. They're functional by chain, but they're not going to put it in the door. Who's ever installing the power. The power needs to go in before they'll install the motors.
Okay.
But it's odd, if they want to lift it, they can by chain, and they could start doing some stuff with it if they want.
So regarding the $5,000 check then that we got today, what would you like me to pay it? Would you like me to wait? We will pay it. Okay. So I can just, there's no magic in the day. I can just print that today and you give them.
Well, I told him I didn't know if you could get it today because you're awful busy doing the end of the month. But
we're busy, but we can do that.
So
We can get it done.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I would assume if there's a motion to approve these out-of-cycle checks, we will add the $5,000
Right.
as well.
That would be my,
You're right. It would be, yep.
And to you, Tom, I don't know that I have a lot of angst about it. It was more that we were trying to
procedure.
trim down all these out of cycles, and so that was my concern. And then when it showed up and it just was something I wanted to address so that we were all on the same page.
Yeah, I understand that. And I know Braden knows we're aware of, and I think he understands our position on these out-of-cycle checks. So I think this is kind of a one-off extenuating circumstance here with this month's out-of-cycles. So I would move that we approve the out-of-cycle checks as reported to include the additional $5,000 to
Nordyke,
well, let me get the name correct here.
your correct name.
It's Construction
Colorado,
Solutions.
yeah, Construction Solutions of Colorado LLC.
I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor and a second to approve the out of cycle checks to include the $5,000. And I lost it.
Colorado Solutions.
To Colorado Solutions. Those are any discussion on that?
Mr. Chairman, I would just add a friendly amendment to my motion to include the amount of 198. Well, now it'd be $203,405.20.
The total.
203,405.20. And that includes the extra $5,000.
Okay, so that's the total construction cost.
Yeah.
Okay.
$203,405.20.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Any other discussion? Those in favor of accepting the out-of-cycle checks for the sum of $203,405.20 signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Okay.
We're just gonna stick it under Fund 50. Right?
Mhm.
And we are,
Mr. Chairman, I think after visiting with Braden last month, we agreed that we did not need to sign the payroll report. That was just for our information.
that's
So in
where
my
I was,
opinion, I don't think there's any action necessary there.
that's where I was hanging up here. I was, thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that would move us on to consideration of appointing ex officio.
No, we still have the accounts payable.
Accounts payable.
Just our regular. And there was nothing really out of the ordinary this month, just the same typical expenditures that we typically have. We did have, let me see here, we did have a large payout to the district attorney that was due.
Yeah, page 26.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was sizable. And then
Didn't write
We
a
also-
check, did you?
no, we didn't.
You got it covered.
No. And then we also paid for the K-9 dog and all the training for the officers. And that was through the K-9 line item. And that was $11,500.
Question, if I may, on the DA.
Sure.
Thank you for bringing that up. That was one of the questions I had on the accounts payable today. So we are, I see it's listed in there it would appear to be a duplicate. I don't believe that's the case. I'm assuming one was for January and one was for February.
Well, yes, well, and it is not a duplicate. So see, I was actually doing an experiment. So one month was $10,441.81, and that was actually for February and March. So there was a new feature on CIC that was rolled out in this last update that said that they were going to be breaking apart the line items more accurately. And as we can see, it did not work. So
It says the same line.
it does the same line item, and they were written in differently, but it put them together.
Put them
So
together, look
yeah,
like two things.
yeah, exactly. So that was actually just one check that went to them for the 2883.62. So, but it was just one check to the same place for the month of February and March.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying then. So we do pay them $10,441 a month,
That is correct.
but as listed here, you have paid for February and March.
She had sent me the next billing. What day was it? On Friday, I believe, before I had printed these out. So I figured I may as well just take care of March as well.
Okay, I think normally though, we would just pay those monthly, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
But you can note it, denoted it was February, March,
Mhm.
but it looked like
I know. I was disappointed with that upgrade.
it might be useful in other areas.
Yeah, maybe. I gotta still figure that one out.
Not everything is what it's.
No, they made it sound great and I was disappointed, so.
I move we accept the report as you presented. If that's our procedure down.
second,
Okay, I have a motion on the floor to accept the accounts payable. Any further discussion?
I do have, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Page 24. Let's see, line 106, or it's not line 106, but vendor 106, Sangre de Cristo Electric. So I had a question about a payment to them for communication tower. I thought that we own that tower. Unless I'm just totally missing something here. I just thought it was unusual we were paying them.
As long as I have been here, we've paid for that. You're looking at the Sangre de Cristo Electric, it's the CR 182 RCOM tower line. Yeah, as far as I know, we've always paid that. And since I've been here, we've always paid it. So I don't know if that's something, do you think we need to delve into it and double check it, or?
Personally, I do. I will try to dig out that contract, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't flag it last month then, but
That could have been a lease to buy payment. I don't know. Have to look at it because we maybe couldn't have afforded it when they built it. I don't know.
Right.
Which tower is that?
It's on, well, the description that I have is,
County Road 182.
yeah.
So that's
It's out there.
and that may be over on the west side of the valley. I'm not familiar with County Road 1.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, it's
That's
Vertimont.
Verdamont.
And I think there is something
That's a
that
lease
we
on it.
pay on that, Tom. I
Yeah,
It
have to
is.
look at that.
yeah, that makes a little more sense. I know the one up on Deer Peak, or not Deer Peak.
Iron Mountain or wherever it is.
Well, Deer Peak, we have a site rent for the tower, and that's monthly.
I think it's the same thing.
Okay, thank you. And if I may, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
And you answered a couple of those questions. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I see on page 37 that we wrote a check back to the Buell Foundation. Let me find it here, from Colorado Kids Council. So that's, I don't know, for 8870. And so as it explains, that was returning unused funds. Yeah, third item down. So, and then on page 54, question about the airport expenditures. Let me see. Again, vendor 106 Sangre de Cristo Electric. Looks like we had a payment of $444 for February, and then another one of $192. So that's $646 for a month of electric use out there. I don't know what's going on, but good night. That seems awful high to me.
Right, and those are two, and I'm not sure which, they're two separate accounts. That first electric bill is coming out of that 7,500 account, and then the second one is just the 7,000 account. Now, I
What
honestly,
month was that?
that was for February.
Part of that probably was when the skylights blew out and then we kept.
Oh, that's
and the
true.
blowers
That's
on
true.
And all the electric going out.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
expected a increase, and it did increase the propane, an emergency fill on that.
Is
Okay,
that electric heat? I thought those were.
No, it's there's blower, or there's pumps and other things that are on out there. So I don't know, that would be my guess. I don't know why, there's no other reason for it to be bleeding any more power.
right.
Thank you. That's all the questions I had.
Alrighty.
Would it behoove us to have them take a look at those meters out there to make sure that it's still
Yeah, we
not?
can do that. Of course, the cost of power went up too.
Yeah,
I looked at my electric bill and felt back.
no, ours too.
So it might not hurt to have them take a look just to make sure those,
Doesn't hurt.
there's not something still running.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, they'll be in here tomorrow,
Oh.
Tuesday, and we can get a report from all,
Okay.
let them know.
Yeah, if they can check it before that and give us an update.
I would just offer a friendly amendment to include the amount of the accounts payable, $390,753.
To get the total on record. I'll second it.
397.
$390,753.
Okay.
Any other discussion on that? Okay, those in favor of accepting the accounts payable report in the sum of $390,753 signify by saying aye.
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 Right.
All right. Good job, Lisa. Tell Braden, one of these days would like to see him come in here, but he's sending you in to catch all the spears.
He's
You're
on.
brave.
Oh, no, I'm getting seasoned.
Yeah, that's his training program.
Technical issues.
Yeah, he's on the phone with CIC, Liz from there, so
Okay.
we take whenever we can get with those people because they're worth every bit of time that they can give us. Yeah.
All right, thank
Have a
you.
great day.
Thank you.
Now we'll move on to consideration of appointing ex officio member to the tourism board. And who brought this?
I did not.
Deb
Deb
had
Adams had
emailed,
email.
sent an email to everyone. And I don't think is she on? Can you see?
No.
No, I think she was gonna be gone. And so that name is in that email. And I'm trying to remember when she sent
I
that.
don't remember it either,
She
but
wanted on the mid-month, so maybe look around the 11th. Somewhere in there.
Is this replacing somebody? Do they?
no, it's in
just
addition, ex
adding,
officio.
Yeah. Adding an ex officio member.
I'm looking for it
You'll
here
find
as
it.
well, so.
I can't remember the name.
I did not get an email from her that I'm aware of. Concerning this, we got one concerning storage, but
Seen it too.
And I can't remember that. I can go look if you can't find it, Kevin.
And I apologize, I did not.
yeah, I've done a search, Kelly. I don't find anything about a
I remember talking about it.
additional member.
Let's see.
I have a budget request. That was on the 17th, and I'm not finding anything before that.
I can follow up with her and we can deal with it.
Who's the tourism lead?
Yeah, if you wanna. I can go look if you wanna move on to your. I think The
Yes,
next two items are Braden. I don't.
Yes, and we let Lisa out, and he's on the phone as well.
I don't have it either.
I went to my tourism file and did not find it. either.
It's not in here.
I would move we amend the agenda and roll those to the bottom of new business, those two items.
I'll second that. See if Kelly can find it.
Okay, I have a motion to move the ex officio member for tourism and consideration of sick and COVID leave policy to the end of the agenda.
And he's doing that
And the
resolution.
resolution as well, yeah.
And the resolution, so 3 items.
Yeah.
So any discussion on that?
No,
Did we get a copy of that resolution, Kelly, or no? Of the
No,
landfill?
it's-
Okay.
he's bringing it in.
That's what I was hoping he was bringing it over.
He was still working it. Said he
Okay.
was.
Okay, any further discussion? Those in favor of moving those 3 items to the end of the agenda signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. We will pick up then consideration of matching scholarship. And that is, I'm looking for the name of that. COSI scholarship.
Yes, Colorado Opportunity Scholarship Initiative.
Okay. And by looking at the email string between you and Mr. Baumgardner, this is something we have done on an annual basis, or at least
It's
last year
required.
previously. Is that correct, Tom?
That is correct, yes, sir. I'm pulling those documents up as we speak. I sent those to you as well, correct?
Yeah, we got him.
Could you email those to me too, Tom, please?
Yes. Was an oversight on my part not to do that. I apologize.
I move that we, let's go here and accept, what is it, a matching scholarship? How do we phrase that? It's not on there, right?
That we participate in the COSI
Scholarship.
initiative. Our share would be, I've seen two numbers, seems like last year's was $1,466.50. I saw that Tom was willing to go to 1,500, up to 1,500.
Yeah. And I'll move that we accept it up to 1,500, whatever that limit is.
I'll second the motion.
Yeah, I have a motion on the floor to participate in the Colorado Opportunity Scholarship Initiative, up to $1,500. Any discussion?
Yeah, I would just add, if I may, sir. In the past 2 or 3 years, as you alluded to, we've contributed to that along with the Wet Mountain Valley Rotary Club. They also support this. And so he didn't initially anyway, did not have the exact dollar figure. He was going off of what happened last year. And then he did send out a subsequent email that clarified that amount. So it was like $1,483 or something. So that's why I had put $1,500 in there. And I support the motion to not exceed 1,500. And then he will let us know exactly what that amount is. And that's combined with Rotary, and then the Colorado Opportunity Scholarship Initiative matches those amounts. So I think it's going to be around $6,200 altogether.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Do you want to put in there what fund you want it to come out of?
Yeah, that's a great point, Kelly.
That's it's the same. That's a good question.
I would defer to the maker of the motion there if he has a preference.
No, and it probably is same fund that that we do with the grants over the end of the year grants, whatever fund that one.
Well, I would offer up maybe it doesn't have to be real formal, but a friendly amendment to say that we pay that out of community outreach.
It's the community outreach is the same one as the stuff we did at the end of the year. So we'll get the right number on that, but that's the one that I'll be pointing to. Then that email I sent you has that all those numbers in it, even with the Rotary.
Okay, so an amendment to that would be to come out of community
Community
outreach.
outreach.
Yes.
Yep.
Anything else?
Well,
All right. Any other discussion from anyone else? Hearing none. Those in favor of supporting the Colorado Opportunity Scholarship Initiative to $1,500 coming out of community outreach signify by saying aye.
aye.
Aye. Carries.
And if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman, let me check. He may have responded to me via my personal email. I'll just scan that real quick. I know that he sent us a firm figure, and I cannot lay my hand on it. So
Who, Tom?
Troy Baumgartner did send a second email.
It was attached. There's one attached to the one I just sent Kelly. It says 2,933. He's talking about Rotary interested in participating again. Amounts are different each year, which was $1,466.50. And they've awarded them total of $5,866. So
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Are you ready to move on then, sir?
If you're speaking to me, yes.
we
Yes, sorry about that.
Okay. We do have a motion, correct?
We got a vote.
Oh, I apologize. I thought
Vote, you voted already.
we did vote.
We did.
Well, we voted on, yeah, with it in there, that's correct.
We did vote, and then you were gonna look at your email.
Yeah, that's what happens when I vote and do something else at the same time. My apology.
All right. It was entirely possible that I had dropped the ball on that, but
You know, presents today. You just love being here.
we have
Didn't have anything else to do today.
consideration of representation on MAT Expansion Program Advisory Board. And we all received an email on this from Kylie Burris. And that email was on February 18th at 8:34, if you don't have that up. And
February, when I got the 18th, is that what you know?
February 18th, I got mine at 8:34 a.m.
Yep, it's all there.
And briefly, Colorado General Assembly in 2019 passed SB 19001, funding medication-assisted treatment expansion program. And
Is my name on that email, sir?
Yes, it is, Tom.
yes, it is.
Okay. Huh.
Anyway, what do we need to do here? It's a participation.
I just sent that to you.
Thank you. I'm looking under CCI. Maybe I filed it.
It's
Hmm.
They are asking for an appointment by our Board of Commissioners to the MAT Expansion Program Advisory Board. They meet quarterly, April, July, October, and January. And remote participation is an option. It is being administered by the Colorado Center for Prescription Drug Abuse Prevention and the CU College of Nursing.
seems that exactly what you're reading is they're looking for participation in the program. Seems this would be right down the alley of the public health agency to stand in there. Let's be part of the process, looks like to me. So it says responsibilities of the advisory board to review and update program guidelines, advise the Center on Prescription Drug Abuse Prevention and College of Nursing implementation of the program, review and make recommendations of grant applications, provide guidance and recommendations to the Center of College of Nursing, evaluating the MAT expansion program.
And it is the Board of County Commissioners for each county participating in the expansion program shall appoint a member of its board.
Of its board, yeah.
On the MAT expansion program. I was thinking, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, you were involved with the opioids.
Yeah, that's right.
Correct?
That's correct. I'm a voting member of that.
Is this something that would kind of align with that?
Yes, I think it is. I would volunteer to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think if that is the case, I would move that we appoint Tom Flower to sit on the Colorado MAT Expansion Advisory Board.
I'll say it. It meets quarterly.
Can you forward that to me, Bill?
I got it. I'll send it to you.
Okay, any discussion on that? Hearing none. Those in favor of appointing Tom Flower to sit on the MAT Expansion Program Advisory Board signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
You want me to respond, or are you gonna respond and let them know of our appointment?
You got it.
I can respond and give them your name and unless you think it would be prudent for you just to.
No, I think that's appropriate as a chairman for you to do that.
Okay. Will work. I will give them your email as well, if that's okay with you.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
It goes to Braden walked in.
Yes, so I believe we'll go to,
Pass. Braden pass.
we will go to consideration of sick and COVID leave policy. You are up, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks.
Apologize for my tardiness or non-participation or
It's
however we
okay.
want to look at that. All right, so after sending out an email and receiving some feedback from the elected officials, which was a suggestion from last meeting, I guess, so everybody's caught up.
Like people participated.
Yep, and so got good feedback on that and a couple of changes in regards to that. Would be that some clarification regarding contact and how to contact. So we added the line from the last iteration that it's in the second paragraph of the suggested. It says, if you cannot reach your supervisor, please contact the department head or human resources department. This next part is what was added. Sufficient contact shall consist of contacting your supervisor or department head and a response received. If you don't receive a response within 30 minutes, please email the human resources department. So those two sentences are what were added. The concern was making sure that people contacted in a certain way. I know every department head or elected official is different, and as far as whether they prefer a text or whether they want an email or whether they want to call. So this was kind of that middle ground of make sure that you contact them and however they say that you receive a response. And if you don't within 30 minutes, then the default would be to email us, and then we've got a hard record of this happened. So I think that's going to help that side of things. Is there any questions on that specifically?
No, I like that. That sounds good. And then they got time to cancel their airline reservations if there's no response. in
Right,
30 minutes.
exactly. Yeah. Can't skip to Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the second one is the employee sick bank. That was, that's currently in there. I had misread where I thought we were being redundant in leaving it in there because there's another section that deals with a sick bank and sick donation. That other section is specifically for FMLA. So it would be correct to add that back here to have, and so that's this paragraph right under the first table. Employees may donate any earned sick leave to another employee on an hour-for-hour basis. Both employees and elected officials, department heads must agree to the donation and complete a sick leave donation form that may be obtained from Human Resources Office.
Good.
So that was the suggestion to add that back. So that was added back verbatim. And the only thing that I got that would be worth discussion in regards to that is Sheriff Byerly did reach out to me and expressed his concerns with sick donations. Instead suggesting that the county have a sick bank that an employee can request from. So then and I think this is in the spirit of there not being favoritism of, well, we donate sick time to one employee, but then somebody else has something and nobody donates sick time to them. So I think that's a valid point to bring up. That would take a lot more to kind of build that out as far as what that needs to look like in the process there. Because the way I see that would be, we would donate to a bank. There would be some sort of application, and then likely the commissioners would vote to approve allowing those sick hours or something along those lines.
You would have to take it and make a recommendation and bring it
Right,
forward.
yeah, so my suggestion at this point is let's do this as written and then explore kind of a revamping of that system in revising the policy. But right now, just to get this policy in, it's not changing anything regarding the donations, that it's keeping it the same it is now. So we would look at revising that later, but that
That's
was
a good idea. And that's a practice I've seen other places, but that can be dealt with later. This is a very good start now to finish this.
Yeah.
Personally.
We did set up a sick bank.
I know we have information, sorry.
Yeah, and that you could donate to
Mhm.
for that reason, so that employees could donate time. And then one commissioner, the HR person and department head of whoever was requesting. Like if somebody in my office was requesting from the sick bank, then I would, and they would talk to us and we would decide.
Mhm.
So something's been written down. Sounds like you got a pretty good start on a
Yeah.
revision.
Do you remember that, Tom?
I do, yes. I can't speak to specifically which commissioner, but I would recommend the chair be part of that review, quote
just the
unquote,
chair.
review committee. But I think that was the plan, Kelly, yes.
Yeah, and I thought that we had set that up when we did our last
Yeah.
update of this.
Correct, yes.
Not in there.
Let me double check on that.
Okay.
I'll make sure, because I know there was mention, because before we brought this up before, where there's mention of it, but nothing that was actually set up practically wise in my office. So I'll look into it.
So if it exists, it's okay. If it doesn't, you can fix it.
And that would be a countywide pool, not a departmental pool.
It's a pool for all the departments to draw from.
And I think we do need to talk about the implications of that, because there are some monetary implications from department to department, and as well as from somebody's at X salary to somebody that's at X salary, a
Right.
higher to a lower. So
Cost more.
there are some things there that do have financial implications, both on the budget side and on how much we're actually expending. So at some point, we probably need to have that conversation on what that looks like.
Okay, well, I move that we accept your resolution 22-7. Whoops, not 22. They're sick. You're sick and COVID leave. Apologize. Jumping down the line.
Yeah.
As you've presented it, and then later on we have a discussion on that.
I'll second that so we can go ahead with some more discussion.
Mhm.
Did you want to touch on your 7039? And all, or that is that identical to what
That's-
you had shown?
Yeah, that's identical to what we had done at the mid-month meeting.
Okay,
If I may, Mr. Chair.
yes, you may.
Thank you. I'm assuming, Braden and Kelly, we're going to handle this as an addendum to the existing personnel policy. And when we get all the details hammered out and reprint, then we'll have to look at that entire document again and go through the process of getting every employee to sign off on that. So it's going to be a process. It's not something we do by ourselves. We're going to have to get it to every department to get to their employees when we're done with it. But I think, Kelly, if we do it as an addendum, then if we want to continue to work on the personnel policy throughout, maybe the first half of this year, we can still do that.
Yeah, I think so. And in the past, when we've made a change like this, we just send it out to everybody so that they're aware of the change. And yeah.
Concern they voice it.
Yeah, my point would be there's no reason to reprint the personnel policy to include this in it right now, because we'll probably turn around and do it again in a couple months.
Right.
Anything else? Okay, those in favor of accepting the sick and COVID leave policy as presented, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
Thanks for being here, Brady.
Yeah.
This is a treat.
Happy to be here.
So that will bring us to resolution 2207.
Yes.
Landfill recycling fees.
I'm going to have to ask that be postponed. I have the information for it. Kelly's gotten me that information. I was not able to get that cleaned up, that resolution itself. So I don't know if tomorrow would be okay.
One's got a lighter day.
Well, it's not too bad.
Are you up tomorrow? Or are you up?
Can you get done by tomorrow? You want to do it on the?
Well, I can do it. I can have it done for tomorrow. I'm hoping, again, I need to have a bigger conversation about switching my reporting day. I seem to have a lot of conflicts that end up on Wednesday. So I'm gonna chat with Jackie and see if she'd be willing to switch again, but maybe that becoming a permanent switch.
Okay. Is this something that we could do mid-month, and would that give you more time, or would you be?
I can have it for tomorrow. It's just a matter
When do
if we
you
want
want
to
to
do
do
it.
it?
There's no hurry.
24-hour notice may be a problem for tomorrow.
That's what I was wondering.
Gotcha.
Do it on the second day.
We could either do it on Wednesday or mid-month. I would put that ball in your court.
Okay, let's do mid-month.
If I may, Braden, I would appreciate you shooting us a copy of that resolution so we can look at it ahead of time.
Yes.
24 hours before.
I'm not sure exactly what it all entails, but I think there's going to be some question about how we proceed with that landfill and the fees and the recycling thing and all that. So it may be part of a bigger conversation.
Sure. Okay. Yep,
Thank
that
you.
sounds good.
So Dorothy, if we could add that to the mid-month meeting, that'd be consideration of resolution 22-07 landfill recycling fees.
And because it's on the agenda, then, Mr. Chairman, I think it's appropriate. I'll move to postpone that until the 16th of February.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion to move consideration of resolution 22-07 to March 16th, mid-month meeting. Any further discussion on that? Okay, those in favor of moving resolution 22-07 to the mid-month meeting signify by saying aye.
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 And Mr. Chairman, is kind of an extension of that conversation that comment Braden just made about switching. We have a conflict with landfill as well. So he's okay for this month, but he would like to trade days because they're off on, generally they're off on that day that his staff report is due. So he came in the other day and asked about that. Told me
Yes.
have a discussion about that. So I don't think there's a problem with it. It doesn't matter to me what day our reports are heard. I just would like to kind of keep the number of reports equal over a given 2-day span. So
Maybe I'll swap with somebody, but yeah, he had that problem last time. Asked me.
So maybe if we can work through this next couple of days, and then before next month, we can possibly get that all ironed out, whether they come in and visit with Dorothy to figure out that schedule or some other method.
Well, I got a swap. You want to do your swap, and then let's see where the other swaps end up.
Because is he normally on Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then that's could be a swap then
Sure.
right there.
And if you guys need to do that Is that a problem with them being on the agenda if they do a swap individually?
No.
No, I don't believe so, and I'd just soon make those arrangements through Dorothy. Personally, it doesn't matter to me when they're on the schedule.
As long as they can do it, so they're all happy.
So if you guys need to make a swap tomorrow and Wednesday, for right now, if you want to do that, and then if you guys want to make a permanent swap, if we can get with Dorothy so she can change that scheduling. And then we'll visit with the landfill as well.
Okay.
Make sure everybody's good.
I'll give Brian a call and make sure everybody's updated.
I think we might need to visit with Virginia as well to make sure that that works for her, because I think she has, I think if she's back in on her regular schedule, she just wants us to be aware of the fact that we will actually be
Month
a
behind.
month behind
Right.
on her reports because of the way everything works.
Way her process works. Yeah.
So. Okay, so we will move that.
Thank you,
Sir.
Appreciate it.
See you later.
See you.
And did anyone find that information on,
I need to go look at my email and I can
Take a break.
I would call a 5-minute break if I could then.
Okay, and while we're doing that, I may call Deb and find out the name of that person.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yep.
Are we turned off right now?
How do I do that?
I don't know.
We are not.
We're not privy.
There's a way to do that. Just say, Vern, come back here.
There's a stop button, but I don't know if it allows me to get back on it.
I don't know. Let's get Vern over. Vern needs to show you anyway.
Yeah, he needs to show you.
Vernon, can you come and teach Dorothy how to have a break? She's trying to call. I need to talk to her about her phone too. All right, thanks. He's on his way.
Okay.
Do you have his mobile number? Do you have his contact info?
You know, I don't have his mobile number.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you this contact card, Dorothy. It'll come on your cell phone. Can you pull it off of that?
Okay. That might be a good thing to have.
It will be. So I will I'll email it to you. I can email it to you. Or text it. Which one would you prefer?
Text is fine, whatever's easiest for you.
Okay, text,
really.
here it comes.
You have my cell number?
No, what is it? Well, let's see. 214-4175. Something from there.
right, there you go.
I do not. Oh, you do.
Okay, this is Kevin Day. I am reconvening the meeting of the Custer County Board of County Commissioners. The time is now 10:14. One last item of business. On the agenda, we have consideration of appointing ex officio member to the Tourism Board. I believe Kelly now has our information for us.
I do, and you should have an email. I forwarded the email that'll have the name on it. But if you don't, it's Shonda Todd and an ex officio member and a 1-year term.
I haven't got it yet.
If you refresh it.
Click here, yeah.
Oh, there it is. Got it.
Refresh.
Well, let's have a discussion. I move we accept her recommendation to have an ex officio member. And she's recommending we appoint is it Chandra or Sandra? Shonda Todd.
SHAWNDA.
So it is an SH. Shonda Todd.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you get that email, Tom?
I did. I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor to accept Shonda Todd as an ex officio member of the Tourism Board for a 1-year term. Any discussion on that?
I did talk to Deb Adams while we were in recess, and she confirmed that it was a 1-year term, yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any other discussion?
Kelly,
Okay,
you'll make that addition to the document.
Yes.
Let me see, I can pull that up as well, board appointments. I've been trying to keep that somewhat up to date. I sure wouldn't guarantee it, but
Kelly has the official version. Mail it back to us.
okay, any other discussion? Okay, hearing none. Those in favor of, give me a second here. Those in favor of adding Shonda Todd as an ex officio member to the Tourism Board for a 1-year term, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Is there any other additional items of business?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
after I made my comment during attorney items, I got an email from the editor of the Wet Mountain Tribune that they'd never received the letter I sent to the attorney. So I just sent it out now. And
Did you send it directly to the attorney and
well, I
not to
gave it
them?
to Kelly to send out.
Yeah, I was trying to think what day we did
It
that.
was the day
The
after
day after
our meeting
yeah,
in
the
Wetmore.
17th.
Right.
It's up to him to
I'm
copy the
surprised they haven't
copy
gotten
his-
that.
client.
Well, I'm
That was my
assuming,
first day and you.
I'm assuming he didn't get it.
Well, that's what you need
I
to
mean, I'm
find
sure
out.
the attorney would notify his client.
I would think so.
But anyway, I did send it off. I emailed the copy of the letter to Mr. Hedberg. But I guess we should make sure that a copy is,
If the attorney got it,
somehow we need to get him a copy as soon as possible, so. Maybe we could just have Kelly walk over there and hand deliver it. I'm sure it's,
to the attorney.
sure, I mean, it's close by.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that they apparently had not seen the response until I just sent it now, so they're gonna need time to read it over and digest it and see what they, what they want to do after that, but I did take care of it here.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome, that's all I had.
Any other additional items of business?
yes, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, sir.
If I may, I just wanted to report that I was in communication with a VSO officer, and he informed me that my neighbor's cupboard did vacate the VSO office. Their deadline was today, so he is satisfied.
Thank you for that. I neglected to write that down. I was going to check on that. So thank you.
Yeah, we're good there.
Yeah.
So.
Anything?
Nothing from me.
Okay, hearing no other additional items of business, I would open
Do
it up.
you know how, oh, sorry.
Okay. No, go ahead.
No. I thought you were getting ready to adjourn the meeting, but I forgot we had public comment. I don't think there's anybody on, but I was just gonna say, do you realize how scary it is to try to adjourn a meeting at 10:20?
I'm shooting for
I
a
want to
record
do it
here on the
myself.
low end.
Gonna ruin my whole day.
I'm sure we'll make up for it again.
And as a point, Mr. Chairman, so tomorrow, I know there was a little confusion about that. I saw on the agenda, there was an OEM item, and I thought we were gonna have a workshop for that, but maybe we're gonna handle it in the commissioner meeting.
We do have a workshop scheduled.
Got it scheduled for 1:30 tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
It's actually,
Yeah.
it's actually 2:30.
And I think actually we put it on the agenda and then decided to do a workshop. And
Right.
we probably never pulled it off the agenda. It probably should go on for Wednesday, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Well, when's the Board of Health meetings on Wednesday?
Right, but on the agenda.
Well, as far as being on the agenda. sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the Justice Center workshop posted for the 2nd.
That's true.
And, sorry, I just closed out the wrong screen. And the workshop for the 1st is a Homeland Security site visit audit at 1:30 is what the agenda is set for that. But I also thought I saw it on the agenda. So needed a little clarification there, I guess.
I don't think it is.
I am not seeing it on the agenda for the 1st.
It's no.
No, it's not on the
Oh, it's-
agenda for the 1st.
Oh, yeah, it is on there.
That's
On the second. It's on the second.
On the 2nd, I'm looking on the wrong agenda, sorry.
Do we need that on
So
the
I guess my
agenda?
question is, are we going to deal with it in the workshop? And if so, then we need to amend the agenda for tomorrow or for
Trouble
the
is-
2nd.
The trouble is, and Adrian's on leave right now. I mean, none of, I can get a hold of him. But if we're doing a decision of some kind, it should be in the meeting. If we're not, it's just a discussion that needs to go on so we can do something in the meeting before or afterward. So maybe we ought to clarify. I'll talk to Adrian about it.
Is he not gonna be here for the workshop?
Yeah, he will be. He's just out today.
I would have a question. Do we need to leave that on the agenda in case we have a response that we need to vote on after our workshop?
Yes.
Yeah, I would think that's maybe why it's on there on
I
this.
think that's the reason it's there. So I'll talk to Adrian because I don't know what the audit could tell us that would cause that, but it might.
So I think maybe if we could leave that in there,
Yeah,
and then if it needs to come off, we can amend the agenda that morning.
sure. No, I think that's probably by design, and I just had forgotten about that, but yeah, I assume we're gonna have to approve the response letter to them, so I'm assuming there is gonna be an action item.
Mhm. Okay,
Let's see.
he's doing his best to get us past 10:30.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do my best not to miss a workshop or
Yeah,
have something on the agenda.
Okay. So yeah, I'm seeing that we have a workshop on that tomorrow afternoon.
Yes.
And Wednesday afternoon, we have Board of Health, followed by the Justice Center workshop.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And are you going to be virtual or are you going to be in person then?
I'll be in person.
Okay. We will see you there then. Anything else?
Not for me.
I will open it up for public comment if anyone would like to speak at this time. Anyone here in the room? Anyone online?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. I will adjourn this meeting then at 10:24 a.m.
Okay, good job. See you in the morning.
Yes, sir.
See you tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to drive home.